The makeup room, you noticed something that you had on a bill that you got recently
Well,
at a
I
restaurant?
really saw this on CBS this morning, and they're doing a whole story about what's happening in the restaurant industry. It's starting in New York, and even into the chain restaurants like what is it?
Olive Garden.
Olive Garden. Those, you go in, you get your food, and then your bill comes, and there's a gratuity which is added in the 17 or 18% for the tip. So that's in the bill. Then you go down and there's another line for an extra gratuity. So I know a lot of times if I'm in a hotel and I order room service, I always give that server extra money because we talk and thank you, and I know they don't make a lot of money. My hesitation about this is that tipping started as a reward for good service. Now, if it's just automatically thrown on there, what's the motivation to be extra attentive?
And what do you do if you've had a bad experience and you don't want to give an 18% tip?
That's right. So I think that, there's some things, but the other thing I want to know is how much money do the servers actually make?
And this is kind of what happened with Stuart. Where were you? You were at a hotel here in Dallas.
Yeah, I was at a bar last night, and they added a 20% gratuity to it, and then there's the line right underneath for gratuity.
Did you have good service? Did you want to give them more gratuity?
Not really. It was a busy bar, and so we were forgotten and all of that. So no, I typically would not have tipped that much. On this bill.
I don't blame you.
It's interesting because a lot of restaurants will do that if you have a larger party. Like we were at Fireside Pies the other night with all
like
the
6 or
boys
more people.
and with the Garrisons and their kids. We had a ton of people, and then they added the gratuity on. And I thought it was just because it was a larger group, which I'm used to having that happen. But now was that just your tab, Stuart?
It was me and a couple other people.
Yeah.
I don't mind this. I think these people, they put up with a lot like behind the scenes that we don't see. And I think sometimes that gratuity also goes to like dishwashers and busboys and hostesses.
That's a really good point.
Like especially
that is a good
in
point.
Stuart's situation, I think that was at a hotel. So that goes to all of the extra handlers that are inside of that restaurant or that are making all of that happen. Versus just a normal sit-down restaurant.
But I'd like to know where the money goes before I'm paying it. If it goes to the server, I want to give him what I want. I don't want them telling me what I have to give.
And I think a lot of it, just coming from, I worked in, working in retail for 12 years, and then it's like being in a service, which I consider it kind of a service industry. There are times that like I would deal with customers and I wish I was working for tips,
I wish I'd get a tip.
What you have to endure. And so I think we sometimes don't give waiters and waitresses enough credit for what they do, just all the crap
It's a hard
they
job.
have to deal with.
And by the way, they don't get paid anything for a salary or hourly.
they're getting paid
barely.
what, like $2.13 an hour? So give them that extra 18%.
If the restaurant's not taking half of what they're getting,
as long as the
that's
servers
right.
are getting it, yeah.